amazing, amazing Zoom this morning. James Sanderson has put this all together for us, so a big thank you to him. And as you know, my name is Paula Wilkinson, and I'm going to be hosting the first hour, and then I'm going to pass on to Erin, and I'm going to be announcing the first three speakers and their guests, and we've got an amazing, amazing lineup. So we're going to start off with our incredible Power Woman. We're on Power Up, and it's Sue Worrell, an MD, and she's a top nutritionist. Can't even get my words out, and she has been for over 30 years, running clinics in Cardiff and in London, and she's been taking Juice Plus for well over 20 years, and she's going to be sharing a presentation today about our star products, and I think she's going to be sharing something really exciting about our newest product that we're going to be launching the next, I think, is it 2 days, James? So we've got, so I'm really excited about that. So I think Sue's going to be sharing something about that as well. So get your pens and papers ready, and let's get going. Sue, are you there?
I am here.
Hi.
I'll share my screen.
Thank you.
Let's get to the first slide. I've just been running through them and taking some out. And let's just get it started. Okay, so I'm going to skip through a few slides today because I was on the 2-hour pre-launch program about Luminate, and gosh, so excited about it. It is brilliant. I had lots of doubts. I don't know why I have doubts about Juice Plus products, but I did the same with Uplift and can't live without it. So I'm going to skip through this as quickly as I can, give you all the best points and some really good things, selling points, and to reassure people. And then I'm going to give you some really good insights into Luminate. So all our products are really well looked after and certified by sports centres, and certification and batch tested. And we've got an amazing product, and we should be really confident on what it gives us. So it looks after our whole body, our complex systems of all our body systems, which are hundreds of them, and all our major systems like heart, lungs, digestive system, bloods, etc. But it also looks after our brain. And the latest product really slips into that because we have got a whole body resource and solution for keeping as healthy as we possibly can as we go through life. Today's diet is covered and full of and enticing us and nagging us and in our face with junk food. And it's the biggest problem we have by far now. It overrides everything else: pollution, sitting at a desk, everything. The amount of junk food we're eating overrides all of that. And we need to be eating this. And this is a supermarket in Spain, not in this country. Ours don't usually look like that. They usually look like half full for a start. And so we need to have at least 10 a day to make a difference in our life, of all this variety, of all this orchestra of colours, which all synergistically work and support each other. And we just don't do it. So we know that vitamins are good for us, but we know that they should be inside our fruits and vegetables. All these colours support different ranges of vitamins, and they should be inside food when delivered to our body, because if you give our body high doses of a few vitamins, there's about 19 vitamins and main minerals, and if you give your body high doses of that, it just cannot utilize it. It cannot break it down, cannot make the most of it, and it makes our body work too hard to break it down into something that's just H2O, so we can pass safely through and out of our bodies. So that's not the answer. We need to eat these varieties of precious and colourful fruits, vegetables, and berries. And anyone who hasn't seen the film on the farmer needs to watch it, because this is an epitome of what Juice Plus does, the care it takes, and how much care we take in what we grow, even before it even gets thought of being encapsulated. We grow the best varieties. So on the cranberry film, you'll see they grow the Belder variety, which is higher in polyphenols, and it takes longer on the marsh, so it's more expensive to grow. And that's the same with broccoli in the field above and other fruits and veg as well. We don't just grow them pristinely without herbicides and pesticides by farmers who live on the land and wouldn't want to do that to their families. We use the best possible variety as well. Encapsulation. quite a few years ago now. We've had this new capsulation, which we've been looking for quite a few years, but it was a very difficult scientifically thing to do to these tiny capsules to have a new capsulation that was plant-based. But we've done it. This company made these capsules, which are fermented tapioca. It's called polylan, and they break up and digest as soon as they hit our digestive system. And all those precious nutrients, the barrier for oxygen and air and moisture, sorry, which is what makes oxidative stress happen. It's a better barrier than the old pharmaceutical capsules even. So those nutrients, those precious nutrients, are kept safe until we swallow them. They're in our body and they start to do us good. We've got this certification for sport, as I said, when I was looking after a Paralympian and other Paralympians, as well as the guy who did gold and 2 silvers with me. We didn't have this, and we've got it now. So that is fantastic. And this is the range that's covered by it. And we know that it also has all this further certification for everything we do. And we can rest assured that when we tell people that it is pristine and all our capsules are the same and they all contain all these nutrients, we know we can say that safely and honestly. So what did Juice Plus go the extra mile for? And what is the big thing we can say that other people can't say? We've got to be very careful what we say these days, but we can talk about our studies. And there's 38, I think there's maybe even nearly 40 now, on all the main health issues. We can't do studies on individual illnesses because that's going down a different path and a very difficult thing to do. But we do studies on markers inside the body, and they're dietary intervention studies. So they're not epidemiological studies where people tick boxes, and if they're on a happy day, they'll take a positive box, and if they're fed up, they'll take a negative box. It's put inside their bodies, and then their bodies are re-examined, and it is invasive in some cases. So our studies are top gold standard studies, and they're in all the top universities in the world, and they're all published on PubMed. Studies are done in all these publications, these medical publications. They belong to the university that did them, and the publications have to be bought. So we don't own them. You get them, you can buy the publications. But also they are published on PubMed. And PubMed is online, it's just called pubmed.com. You can look it up and you can find the Juice Plus studies there. Don't look under Juice Plus, you have to look under the name of the study. So anyone can look at that. All this time we've been having a bit of a, so I just say rocky road, to say the least, in the business. I know they're doing their best and I can see the light at the end of the tunnel now. I hope everybody else can. And it's going to be amazing, and it had to be done at some point. And I think we've gone past the pain barrier in our business structure. But all that time that's been going on, the Juice Plus Science Institute has been growing. And it's run by a couple of people, but Manfred Lamfreck is the one you know most. And he has gained a fantastic reputation in the science. And he's produced all these videos for us on the abstract and what it means in layman's terms. But this Institute of Science also looks at studies into all aspects of fruits and vegetables, not just the Juice Plus products. So it has got a fantastic name in the world of science and research. So you can find Manfred Lamfreck's videos on YouTube or on Juice Plus TV or on Vimeo. You've got to search for them, but they're all there. I'm not going to go into each study today because I won't have time to do the introduction of the new project, but you can look up all these studies. And when you get the recording, you can see the name of the study and then you can look them up. And if you look inside the abstract, you'll find the bits you need to know when people come to you and say what problems they have. One of the big things we're coming into winter now is the immune function, and we've got a lot on the immune function. So if you've got people saying they don't want to have colds, they don't want to have COVID again, they need to look at these studies all on our immune health, and there are quite a few of them. Also, oxidative stress is how we age and how when we're ill, we repair, and how every one cell in our body makes a better cell or a newer cell. And this is oxidative stress, and there are 21 separate published studies. No one on the planet has that many on that project at all, just saying how much the Juice Plus does with oxidative stress and why it really works for people. this is the immune function again, and it also with the couple of the immune function and oxidative stress, really good for aging, which is great. I'm keep taking the tablets, I'll never stop. So yeah, really good. So we all have to age eventually and get older, but we can get older gracefully and be fitter and more active as we age. So that's the range of our products. It goes through all the range. Every one of the products has great benefits to it. The shakes are never been any different. They're always an amazing source of macronutrients. So if you're a man and you're a worker and you're like a builder or a physical worker, they are brilliant as an in-between snack. If you're a busy mum and you're going to miss a meal, fantastic as a lunch or breakfast missing. Also, adding extra nutrients into them, like a handful of spinach, still makes them taste amazing. And they're also good for children. Children are really good with them. I use them with just a little bit of coconut milk in mine and sometimes oat milk. You can see all the details on it. I won't go through those. But the great thing about it is that the proteins are really easy to absorb and to utilize. And that's what Juice Plus is about. It's about doing what our body needs and giving the body what it can use without having to work too hard to get it. So the same sort of ingredients are in the bars. And what the other thing Juice Plus is good at is it, through the whole range, the ingredients vary. So you've got a different variety of fruit and veg in bars to some of the stuff in the complete. And the same with the soups. And the soups now, the winter, I'm just about to order my box. Can't do without it. It's brilliant. It's brilliant on the go as well. I add a bit of curry paste in it sometimes. I add a handful of peas, because if you add a handful of peas in there, especially for women, especially in menopause and pregnancy, it increases your iron. Peas are good for iron. So just blanch them with hot water, put them in the soups, really adds a lot to it. These are really good for people who need to lose a lot of weight or are eating a lot of ultra-processed food. It helps them feel fuller for longer, stops them reaching for the sugars, and it gives them some great dietary fibre, because one of the things about ultra-processed food is it's got very little dietary fibre, and we're all short of dietary fibre. And this thing, it's not a pineapple, it's glucamon, and it's a root grown in Japan and other places. And it is full of dietary fibre and really good for you. One of the side effects of that, or one of the other pros of that, is that it helps lower cholesterol. So I use it with people who've got high cholesterol levels. The omegas, can't live without them. They're now, I haven't got a new presentation, to excuse this presentation, because it's no longer got 2 of those omegas in it. But the rest of it all applies. The 3 huge things is, 1, it's got 3, 6, and 9 3, 7, and 9 work together to get the best from each other, like team. Together, everyone achieves more. It's just like that. The omega source is a really high quality source, and it doesn't interrupt our oceans, and it doesn't destroy our fish stocks and krill. It is derived from I've forgotten it. Schizochitrum, which is grown outside the oceans. It's hard to grow, but it's a brilliant source. It's an algae. So it's what the fish eat to get their omega-3, and really pure variety of omega-3. That's what it looks like. And the fish love it. So why shouldn't we? Why should we eat the fish first? Because if we eat things like cod liver oil, for example, that's derived from the cod's liver. And the liver is the organ that takes away all your toxins like heavy metals, etc. So this is a really clever, pristine way. And the last important thing to note is that there's been a few publications and things lately about them not being good for us. And one of the main reasons for that is that the capsules, when they're sealed, they're heated. So it needs enough heat to seal the capsules, not our capsules, not polyline capsules. They need very, very little heat. So other encapsulated oils, when they seal them, it becomes hydrogenated. It becomes not only not good for us, it becomes bad for us. So we know that every one of our capsules is not going to do any harm and will do a lot of good. And there's the same oil in every one of them. So they also add these extra things like vitamin D, which is not really like a vitamin. And if you do buy vitamin D, by the way, you need vitamin D3 with K2 and on a spray. And this gives us some extra, and it gives us some other powerful things like lutein, lycopene, and zinc. So Uplift, here's my Uplift. Cheers, if you can see me. Can't live without it. I'll have a sip. And this is an all-day energy thing. It works on your physical energy, and it also works on your mental energy. Oh, sorry, then I've gone off. I'm on Perform. Let's do Perform first, quickly. So Perform, one thing about Perform is the protein is fantastic. It's got vitamin C with it, and it's got B vitamins. And when you take a good protein that your body can absorb and make its own protein, when we take in animal proteins, we don't use those straight away. We have to break them all down and make them into human proteins. So when you absorb these proteins, which are all from soy, which is pristinely grown and cold water washed, so it's not like your normal soy that gives you problems with estrogens and everything else. It is brilliant, and it's really good in menopause. But what it also does is combining the vitamin C with the proteins, it helps your body make collagen. I mean, how good is that? So that is absolutely brilliant. You can go through the tick list on there. And to just jump back to Uplift before I go into this. So Uplift is produces long-term energy, and it does give you mental acuity, but it doesn't give you a quick buzz like a higher dose of caffeine would. The caffeine comes from yerba mate, and it's a plant caffeine, which is a much slower release. But I find with Uplift that it gives me mental acuity till 7 o'clock at night. So normally, if I miss it for a few days, just been on holiday and I didn't have it every day, but I noticed in the evenings when I hadn't had the Uplift in my morning, with a big fresh mango, which was fabulous, I was beginning to sort of feel a bit tired and not quite so bubbly. So it's a long drink to take every day, and it's crammed full with all the B vitamins in a form that our body can utilize, because we don't want to take all these vitamins that we cannot process in our bodies. So here's the exciting bit. I don't know how much I'm allowed to do to share this, but I'm just going for it. There was a call the other day. I'm assuming it's open to everyone. So I've pinched the slides and I'm going to tell you all I can. So Juice Plus, I've been trying to stress all the way through, the product range all work with each other. And when they choose a new product, they make sure it fits into its slot. So it'll fit in alongside Uplift beautifully. And it's not for every day, it's for when you need a boost. So why is Luminate so different? So Luminate is all about nootropics and adaptogens. So nootropics are cognitive enhancers. They've been out for a long time. There's like smart drugs and things. And there are quite a few on the market that are in prescription form, pharmaceutical, and some supplements that are more pharmaceutical than they are dietary supplements. But they're also in everything that's natural. And of course, Juice Plus want everything that's natural. So the nootropics and the adaptogenics that they use in this new product are all grown specifically for us. And we can do a deep dive sometime later where I say where they're grown and why they're grown there, and deep dive into each one of their products benefits. But I'm going to go through quite a bit now. So there are things like rhodiola that I used many years ago. When my son died, which was really upsetting, rhodiola got me through the funeral and the weeks after. And it's a really powerful, like calming, and it takes the edge off stress and anxiety and tearfulness. So really good during menopause, really good if you're premenstrual, postmenstrual problems, really good for everything like that. Really good if you've got an event which is stressing you a lot. Excellent for that. And then the other things it's got are these adaptogens, which get you back into a balanced state. And they're all herbs, and they've been around for many years, and loads of herbalists and all sorts of health practitioners have used them for a long time. But this is different because no one has put them all together. And no one has looked into how they work together and if they will work well together. So I know there'll be more studies, and I'm sure the studies will show, just like the other things where it's like the team effect, together everyone achieves more. I'm sure they'll show that you get more from every one of the neurotropics and adaptogenics when they're all in one place. So this is what you get from it: mental clarity, mental focus, mental energy, alertness, mental performance, reduction of fatigue and tiredness, nervous system function, great when you're getting older, and psychological function. So if you're feeling a bit down, it'll definitely give you a pick-me-up. So this is the difference between Luminate and Uplift. So the effects, for a start, for Luminate is rapid. They've done tests on, I think they said 80 people who are completely unbiased and don't know anything about Juice Plus. And they all got an effect within the first hour or nearly 2 hours. So it's a rapid action. It's more like having a coffee. So I took 2 the other day. I've got a couple of samples. I took 2 thinking, I just want to know if it's going to give me the shakes from coffee. And it didn't. So I'm thrilled with that, because that was my thing I was concerned about. If you are caffeine sensitive, I'm pretty sensitive with caffeine. I took 2, which you don't need to take 2 at all, just to see what it was like, and it was fine. So instead of, you get rapid action instead of long-term action. The focus area is mental wellness, clarity, focus, performance, and the psychological uplift about it, about in the Illuminate. And then the other one is a long-term thing. It's like metabolism yielding, so it helps your metabolism produce that energy longer, for reduction of enhancement of energy, and for improvement of mental health, mental performance. So Luminate is designed to be on those days when you need it. So if you've got something on, or you're feeling down, or you really need something, and just use one of those. And I think it tastes lovely as well. Whereas Uplift is designed to take in the morning, and you know you're going to keep you going all day. And then the key ingredients are the botanicals, fruit in the B vitamins, and you can see the difference immediately. They've both got very unrefined green bean before it's processed in any way. The raw beans, coffee in it, but one comes from the plant yerba mate, and one comes from the green beans itself. And you can see there's twice as many milligrams in the Luminate as there is in Uplift. So that's why you get the buzz. Now, Juice Plus being Juice Plus, it's got all these other like support casts, as they've said as well. So you've got this listing here, natural flavorings. When they say natural flavorings, they are natural flavors. And then beetroot and just a little bit of sweetener from stevia, which is a plant. This is the studies that they did on real life studies. So 81% felt clearer, 80% sharper, etc. You can read the slide. Gave a lift to everybody there, an immediate reaction. And that's the difference. It gives you this immediate reaction. So these are carefully selected, they're carefully grown. And when you look at things like the lion's mane mushrooms, I've been taking those for a while, on and off. I have a busy week, I take some of those. I can stop paying for those now, which were £45 for a little tub. And you can guarantee that there'll be enough in there to make a difference, working alongside these other products. So that's it. I hope that's given you a bit of excitement. If you're going to Ireland, there'll be a whole presentation on it there, and it's launching in a couple of days. So yeah, can't wait to get my whole box full.
So thank you so much for that. I'm so excited about this Luminate product. It just sounds absolutely incredible, but I didn't realize that you couldn't take it every day. So it's just a kind of as you need it kind of product. But it sounds absolutely fantastic. And if you can use it alongside Uplift as well, which I am addicted to every morning, like you say, you have to have your Uplift, otherwise you notice a big difference, don't you? So thank you so much for that incredible presentation. As always, you just make me feel so proud that I take Juice Plus and every single day, and you know all the benefits that we get from it. And you know, Juice Plus just keep on delivering and going ahead and ahead and ahead and getting the best products, don't they? So absolutely incredible. So a big thank you to Sue. And Sue, have you got Simone here this morning?
No, I haven't, I'm afraid. She's got a clinic this morning.
All right, no worries.
Come on.
James, is there anyone else, or should we just move on to Sara?
I think we move on because time is.
Okay, great. Okay, so if everyone can just put in the chat a big thank you to Sue, and also your top takeaway from her incredible presentation and how excited you are to try our new Luminate. So next up, we've got our gorgeous Sara Mahon, NMD, been in the business for 8 years and loves it more now than ever before. Used the products and lost 5.5 stone. And became the strongest and healthiest she's ever been. Passionate about sharing the products and helping others to take control of their health too. Now studying a law degree. I mean, she's an absolute superwoman, is Sara. Studying a law degree, and this business has enabled her to do that alongside being a busy mum to 2 adorable children. And she's going to be talking today. Let me just get my notes. And where are we? Sorry. My daily focus to make a fortune. Are you there, Sara?
I am. Good morning, everybody. Hi. I hope everyone's well. And I hope everyone is surviving half term, all you parents and mothers. I feel exhausted, and I, unlike Sue, have forgotten to have my uplift before the call. So hopefully I've still got some energy to bring for you guys. But yeah, I hope everyone's well and had a nice half term and, you know, good October, and really excited for the new month ahead. So as Paula said, I am going to be talking to you today about my daily focus to making a fortune. And my first thing that I'd always recommend, obviously it's a new month, it's the 2nd of the month today. So one thing that I always do as soon as we start a new month is to set my goals for the month ahead. So I'm very precise about what I want to achieve throughout the month, about what my team want to achieve. It might be personal goals, health goals, fitness goals, financial, family life, whatever it is, but I'm very big on setting my goals throughout the month. So make sure you have done that if you haven't already, and just be really clear on what you want to achieve. If you've got a team underneath you, it's really helpful to go through your team, see where they're at, see what their goals are for the month, and just make sure everyone's on track and knows what they want to achieve throughout the month. And my next thing that I do at the beginning of the month is to set my DMO for the month ahead. And I do this every month, which has worked really well for me. I used to just have kind of like a generic DMO that I would follow every single month. But now I find it really valuable at the beginning of the month to look over what I'm doing, and just see if there's, so I'm very busy. I know we're all super busy and we don't have time to waste. We need to get results and get them quickly. So have a look over your DMO and see if there is something that you are doing on there that just isn't getting you results. I feel like I was doing things for a long time and I just got into the habit of doing them, things that I love doing, but just weren't getting me the results that they used to. So I've taken them off of my DMO and I've replaced them more with income producing activities, which I will talk to you a little bit more about today. So firstly, the thing that I do every single day, which is setting me up for success, is my morning routine. If you've heard me speak on a call before, you will know that it's my favourite thing. I talk about it all the time, but for me, it is absolutely essential. I have had a long old battle with life and mental health, and it's essential for me to be working on myself and my mental health every single morning. And that's not just if you suffer with your mental health or have done, but you want to be setting yourself up to be strong, resilient, and ready to take on the day every single day. And for me, my whole family knows that that small hour in the morning, I get up a little bit earlier, and thankfully, you know, I am literally that hour I can get focused on setting myself up for a good day, and everyone knows to just kind of not disturb me at that point in the morning unless it's an emergency. I just like nice and peaceful and calm. But the rest of the day can be crazy, but that part I need to focus. So what do I do first thing in the morning? I start straight away with my journaling. It's the first thing I grab. It's right next to my bed. I'm obsessed with it. I recommend it to everyone. I know it can be a little bit out of your comfort zone, but just give it a go and you'll gradually get into the routine. So it can be your thoughts, your feelings, your goals, your to-do list, and your goals for the day, the month and the year ahead. Now, someone who was in the business told me once that she journaled every day and she wrote down her goals in the business in her day and but what she wanted to achieve long term. And I do that every single morning, and it doesn't have to be chapters, but I'm literally so laser focused on where I'm going and what I want to achieve. And I think writing that down every morning just gives me a reminder of what I'm working towards and why I'm doing what I'm doing, and gets me motivated for the day ahead. And I also kind of set a bit of a to-do list for the day. And again, for me, that's just about being organised. I'm really busy, so I have a little bullet point list of things that I really want to get ticked off that day. And then I will do some prayer, some meditation, and some visualisation. Now, I know all of this, if you're new or you don't do anything like this, you might be a bit like, oh, that sounds very strange. That was me when I first started, and now, like I said, I literally cannot be without it. So what I'll literally do is just maybe sit for 5 minutes and I'll think about all the things that I'm grateful for, all the amazing things and people that I have in my life, my children, my family, whatever. And again, it's just getting you into that right mindset. Like, you really need to show up throughout your day and throughout your life just in a good mindset, because if you want to achieve great things, you want to have good success in your business and in your life, you need to be having that nice positive mindset, because it's how you show up. If I don't show up to my live videos or my content or my team or my clients or my studies feeling positive, then I'm not going to achieve a great result from it. And that's why this is so essential for me in the morning. And then if you've got time, like I said, I do have a very good routine. It took me a while to get there, but I do have a very good routine. But just spend 5 to 10 minutes visualizing your goals. And I cannot tell you how much this works. Anyone who does this or has started it will tell you that it works 100%. So you might just close your eyes and visualize achieving what it is you want to achieve. So it could be, for you, it might be NMD. I've told the story before about when I was going for NMD. I went to the little pound shop and bought one of these trophies, and it had a star on it that looked like the NMD trophy. That is a true story. I had it on my desk and I used to close my eyes every day and visualize it, and now I have a real one. So that worked. But honestly, it just really motivates you and attracts these things into your life. That doesn't mean to say that you can't do any work, unfortunately. It doesn't mean you can just visualize these things and not do strange, weird. But yeah, it doesn't mean you can just visualize them and not do any work. But really close your eyes and really feel like what it feels when you're walking across the stage as the NMD, or what your speech will be, or how it's going to feel when you've got your family or your children there giving you that big hug when you've achieved your goal. And that is going to set you up for such an amazing day. On that note as well, your vision board, if you don't have one, please do one. I was someone who was in the business for such a long time. I didn't have one, and I used to tell everyone to have one. I didn't have my own one, and now I do. I've got it right here in front of me, in front of my desk. And I cannot tell you, this year for me, manifesting, visualizing, and my vision board, I'm looking at it now, and honestly, it makes me want to cry, because things that I put on there, I didn't even think that I would be able to achieve them this year. And I've ticked pretty much loads of it off, and there's loads coming in the next 2 months. So they work. So if you don't have your vision board, do it. And a really nice time to do it. Obviously get it done now, but of New Year's Eve, I love sitting down and setting my goals for the year, so I just do that as well. And then I know I saw Agne on the call, but I've done some coaching with Agne this year. She's incredible. She's helped me so much. Thanks, Ree. But she recommended this book to me, guys, and I'm a book lover. I'm a nerd. I love books. This one right here, The Super Attractor, Gabby Bernstein, has literally changed everything for me. Since I started reading this, I am like a super attractor, and the things that have been happening in my life and in my business and the growth has been insane. So if you're into things like that, go and grab yourself that book. You will not regret it. I've literally bought this book for everyone. It's sold out, so you can only get it on the sites that resell, so it's super cheap as well. But I literally get it for everyone in my team, my family, and you're going to absolutely love it. It's called The Super Attractor by Gabrielle Bernstein. But you've probably read some of her books. She's done Manifest and loads of other ones. Yeah, Agnes read it 4 times. Me too. It's I'll read a chapter every day. You'll absolutely love it. Get that book, change your life. Okay, so that is how I will start my day every day. And then for the rest of your day, really in a nutshell, to set yourself up for success and to make a fortune in life and in the business, you just need to get organised. I know that sounds easier said than done. I've got 2 kids. They're very crazy, as most children are, but I do have to have a very organised routine. So the way that I sort of manage my DMO is I split it up into small chunks and complete it throughout the day. And I look at my schedule and I plan when I'm going to get things done. So I might have like a morning DMO, a lunchtime DMO, and then an evening DMO. And they're just small little bits, but I know that I can focus at that time. I know I've got a quick 30 minutes in the morning while my kids are eating their breakfast. I know I've got an hour on my lunch break, and then I know I can do, yeah, amazing, it's really good. But then I know I can do an hour or so when the kids are in bed. And obviously you don't need to be doing that if you've just got started. It just depends what level your business is at. So I'm just gonna, like, I go a bit random and just sort of blurt things out, but my main focus right now that I'll share with you guys, my income producing activities. As I said, I'm super busy, so I just have to be laser focused on what's getting the best results. So for me at the moment, it is TikTok. I know you're seeing a lot of that everywhere. I am seeing some good success on there at the moment, so is my team. So that for me, my TikTok DMO is really quick, really simple, really easy, but that for me is my customer DMO. And then I'm personally using Facebook and Instagram. I know this is social media based, some people build offline, but this is what I'm focusing on. So then I'm using my Facebook and my Instagram for capsules and recruiting. Because you're going to be, if you're bringing in new clients, they're going to be going to look at your other social media. So I want them to see there are amazing capsules that Sue's just been telling us all about that everybody needs to be taking. And then you're going to be getting those long-term clients, and they're obviously going to love them. And everyone needs to be taking Juice Plus. We all know we're crazy Juice Plus ladies, so everybody needs to be taking their Juice Plus. And moving on to the recruitment side of things, like, there is so much going on right now that you can be posting and sharing about. And this for me is going to be a huge focus for the next 3 months. Well, in general, but definitely for the next 3 months. So what you want to be doing on your page and on your stories, post and share about the business every day. I have so many people who are in my team, and myself included, who say they want to recruit and they want to build a team. But if you went and looked at their profile, you wouldn't even know that they were looking for team members or that they were building a business. And that goes for myself as well. I can look at my profile and say, would I look at my page and know that I'm looking for business partners, or I'm here to help people earn an extra income? And a lot of the days it's no. So if you're someone who wants to focus on recruiting, have that at the top of your list and make sure you're sharing that every day. And the way you can do that, obviously the promotions at the moment are insane. I know we've got Chelsea coming up next, like, just incredible, like, just wow, it just literally gives me goosebumps. You can be sharing that on your stories all day. You can be posting about the incentives, about Rio, about Berlin. Even if you're not going to these events, I would be posting about them, and I did before I was going to these events, just saying, look what this company does for us. Obviously, you can also be posting about Dublin as well. And there's also some very exciting things coming up that we heard about at the NMD meeting, which I won't say too much, I don't want to get in trouble, but there's some very exciting things coming up this month that are going to really, really, really help with recruiting as well. So just have that in mind and get your recruitment hat on, and be sharing that. Start getting that into that mode of sharing it on your pages and on your stories. And then what I'll do of an evening, I'll send out a set number of messages. Could be 10, could be 20, whatever it is, set your goal. But what people are going to do when you message them, first thing they'll do is go and have a look at your page. So the two work in sync together. There's no point in you sending out messages, whether they're hot, warm, cold, whatever you want to do, if people are going to your page and they don't see that you're offering a business opportunity. So you do your posting throughout the day, and then when you do your messages, people are going to then go and have a look at your profile. I mean, sending out messages, I won't go into it too much, every team kind of has what works well for them. But I have quite a good ratio of that, and your ratio will get better as you've been in the business for a while. So if I send out 20 messages, for instance, I might get 5 people who say, yeah, I'm definitely interested, send me some info. So if you're not doing that, you are mad. Because you can just sit back and wait for people to come to you, or you can go and reach out. And let me know in the comments if you are glad and happy that someone invited you to this business, because I am so grateful for the day that I stumbled across the Juice Plus post and was like, okay, here we go, it's changed my life. So shout loud and shout proud, and don't be scared. Exactly, don't be scared to offer this opportunity to people. Like, it's changed your life, it's changed my life. Why would you not want to go out there and help others? And I was working it out this morning as well. If there is the reduced volume this month, which I'm sure we're all praying for, and I don't know, I'm not saying, I genuinely don't know, they didn't share anything about that, that's touch and go, I know we don't know, but if there is, please God, Jamie Lee, the God of Jamie Lee, if there is the reduced volume this month. That means, even if there's not, it's still quite simple to do. But if there is, it means that people can get to senior partner this month with 2,500 points. That's really easy to do in a month, guys, like especially in your first month when you've got all your new clients and all your family members. And if someone achieves that in a month with 2,500 points, then on the 10th of December, they're going to get paid approximately, give or take, you know, terms, conditions, all that, but approximately £400 to £500 on the 10th of December. What families and mums or parents or dads or anyone do you know that needs £400 to £500 2 weeks before Christmas? Every single person. So think of all the people you could be helping and go out there and just literally smash it and scream and shout about it. So yeah, that's pretty much what I do on a daily focus. I know it's a bit of everything, but literally focus on your morning routine, your self-development, bringing in new clients, bringing in new team members, and then looking after your team and customers. And that is how you're going to set yourself up for success with Juice Plus and in life. Thank you.
Sara, absolutely incredible as always. Lovely to see you on the call again. I mean, you're just infectious. You really are. I mean, honestly, everything you share is just absolutely gold. And I've been on your team groups before, and I can say it all works. It's totally genuine what Sara's saying. Everyone just gets together, and her morning routine, I mean, she's just absolutely the queen of it. I've taken so many notes there, but yeah, it's definitely something I need to get into again, because I used to be, my miracle mornings and everything. So again, please just everybody put in a big thank you to Sara, and just say what did you love best about her presentation? What are you gonna put into your business? And I'm gonna get that book as well. So thanks for sharing that. Have you got one of your lovely team on?
No, I don't this morning, Paula, but thank you very much for having me, everyone. Appreciate it.
Oh, absolutely pleasure. Lovely to see you again. So we're going to move on to absolute. Oh, can we just mute everyone, please, just before we continue? Just James. Are you able to do that, James? Okay, let's go. Okay, so next we've got the absolute superstar, Chelsea Llewellyn, IMD. And I mean, she's got a short bio here because we don't have to say much about it, because it's just so powerful. Whatever she's doing at the moment is absolutely fabulous, right? Listen to this. I'm Chelsea, a brand new NMD/IMD, been in Juice Plus for only 3 years. I had to look at that again. Busy mum with 2 kids. So she's done all that with 2 children, hit all those promotions, and she's going to be talking today about working the compensation plan. Are you there, Chelsea?
I am indeed. Hello, good morning, everyone. Hiya.
Congratulations on all your success at the moment.
Thank you so much. It really has been a whirlwind is the best way I can describe it.
Yeah, that's how it's coming across. Like, share all your tips, we need to know.
Absolutely. Is my signal okay? Can I just check? Yeah, great. Okay, fab. Good morning, everyone. Yes, I am. I have my new title. I am officially an International Marketing Director, which is a dream come true. It has been a whirlwind of a few months. So we went from QNMD to NMD in 30 days and NMD to IMD in 60 days. So it has been 90 days of madness. But it has been amazing. And I just want to share that alongside my success, of course, my team. So sorry, my other children have just got home. I am very much a busy, very normal mum. Let me go into the kitchen. I've literally just come in the door from football. So sorry. This is mum life at its finest. Okay. There we go. So along with my success, of course, we've had the success of my team. So in the last 90 days, we've had a QNMD go to NMD, and I've also had an SC go to QSSC, go to SSC, go to QNMD. So when I tell you there is momentum, it is me and my team pulling together as a whole. And I'm going to share exactly with you guys what we've been doing. We've very much changed the way we do business in the last in the last 90 days, our business looks very, very different now. And we're running with the times, we're running with it. We're recognizing that social media has changed. We are very much a social media based team. And so, yeah, I'm going to share with everyone, you know, exactly what we've been doing. I am just going to start by saying that, you know, with this success, it started, I joined this business 3 years ago, and the first year for me was about self-development and becoming the person that I needed to be. So I actually struggled with my mental health before I started. I relied on medication to get me through the day. And I spent a whole year self-developing, looking after my health better, becoming healthier in my mind and my body. And you know, learning about, you know, my self-development and growing my self-belief and all those things that everyone talks about. It really is vitally important. And because if I hadn't have done that in my first year, I absolutely would not be here now as an IMD. So please just never skip that process, because it makes you the person that you need to be to become successful. So my first tip will always be to lean into the self-development. And then, so I've just written down a few notes of what tips I'm gonna share with you. So when I say our business has changed, now, as Sara mentioned, TikTok plays a huge role in this. And I just want to explain that with TikTok, the reason it's so powerful is the reach that it can get you. So previously, where we've used Facebook and Instagram, of course, they're fantastic platforms. And, you know, we grew at SSC Business on those two platforms. However, when you go onto TikTok, I think there's something like 1.8 billion users on there. So the reach is just far bigger, and you're also reaching in so many different countries. So I now have customers in about 6 or 7 different countries, purely from the last 3 months from using TikTok as a platform. Now, where TikTok is concerned, we take the approach of an introductory product that allows the customer to trust you and the product range. And that's very much the process we take. So we share control sachets on TikTok. We share berry capsules on TikTok. I'm also about to start sharing Luminate on TikTok. I think that's going to be huge. Very, very excited for that. I'm going to buy myself multiple boxes when it arrives. And on the basis that they are an introductory price, they are comfortable for someone to, you know, take a dive into the world of Juice Plus. And then provided you have the, you know, the resources set up to support those customers and a platform that allows them to see the rest of the product range, because they've had such a good experience with the initial introductory product, they're very, very likely to upsell and, you know, experience some of the other products. And that's really how we've been doing it. It's very simple, and it's completely duplicatable. So Jane Mabley passed this down to me, our newest EMD. I have passed it down to my team. We actually have, I can't not share this, we have a new lady on the team. She joined 2 months ago, and we gave her this exact process, right? In her first month, she did Partner Plus and SP. And in her second month, she did SP and SC, because it works, it's duplicatable, it brings in huge volumes. And amongst those volumes, we are upselling to the incredible capsules that, as Sara said, we all know we need. So for example, so on average, in the last 3 months, I've done about 250 orders a month, each month. That's just me personally. Obviously, I've not upsold all 250 to the capsule range, but let's say in there, I've got 5 new capsule orders every single month. That's 15 new capsule clients. So the power is in the numbers. Yeah, it's a crazy time, guys. the power is in the numbers. And I'm happy. I'm not only happy, I'm over the moon with 5 new capsule clients every month. That's something that I was not doing when I was only working Facebook and Instagram alone. And as I say, the fact that, you know, the control sachets, for example, yes, they are weight loss focused, but they get amazing results very, very quickly. You know, the amount of customers that will use them will notice that their snacking is reduced very, very quickly, that their sugar cravings are reduced. It gets them results within their first week. They can feel the difference. So it's a very grabbing product. Likewise, I think Luminate is going to be exactly the same. With the berry capsules, I very much share my hair growth result, my skin result. I share it from a beauty angle, because who doesn't want a beauty berry that helps you to glow and have beautiful skin and beautiful hair, right? So that's really the process. Go in with a introductory product and then have a system which allows them to upsell. And with that, the volumes are there. And then also what I will say is this is creating new team. So we have recruited from the hundreds of customers that we've got in the team. They're building trust. They see what we do and they're asking questions because they're interested, because they can see how popular these products are. And they obviously know on the other side of that is an income. So we're actually recruiting, I wouldn't say effortlessly. Everything has taken some effort, but the customers are wanting to become team. Which is so special because they're wanting to become team for the right reason, because they've started off with an amazing result, and they want to authentically share that result with other people. So we are recruiting strongly, which is fantastic. And obviously that just means we will continue to share this system and continue to get success for the rest of the team. So yeah, it has been special. And I'm just about getting my feet back on the ground, I think. I've just put a few other things down on here that I wanted to talk about. So with this amount of customers, obviously there is a huge amount of time management that is required. As you can tell, I'm so sorry for the interruption. I have 2 tiny daughters, 1 and 3, 2 stepsons and a partner. So there's currently 6 of us in this house. And so I can't be on my phone all day, every day. The reason I do this business is to be a stay-at-home mum and to be present with my children. So with regards, you know, when I get these orders come in, I send them a voice note and I'm very clear on the voice note. I say, thank you for your order. I have a very busy family life with 2 very small children. Please ask me any questions you want. I will always get back to you in the same day, but it might not be instant. And for me, that takes the pressure off, that I'm very, very clear from the get-go. I'm not going to be able to be instantly replying to you. However, I do always sit down every evening and I go through all of my customer messages and I make sure I get back to them. And I dedicate, you know, half an hour or however long that needs. And I think when you have this volume of customer, it's really, really important to notice that, because else I'd be on my phone all day, every day, and nobody wants that. It's not fun, right? So definitely time management is huge. And that's, again, something that I've duplicated down to my team, because I don't want them to feel overwhelmed with the need to reply to people instantly. These guys can wait. They can wait for a couple of hours. It's not life or death, right? So time management and implicating that into your team is super important as well when we are talking about these volumes. And, you know, honestly, the whole 3 months, as crazy as it's been really enjoyable the entire time. My team are so happy. TikTok has transformed our businesses financially, but also the way our business looks. I'm not going to say the sales come easy, because they don't. It takes a lot of work to get them on there. However, it's very different now. You know, that initial sale, it doesn't often require, you know, the week of back and forth conversation, because we're using an introductory product that they're willing to give a go. So yeah, business looks very, very different, but obviously it's working, and I'm so excited for everyone that wants to give it a go. I know the guys in Germany have been doing this for a good few years now, and they are all, you know, PMD pluses, and they've been using this formula. We've just only caught up, and now we're taking the lead with it over in the UK. So yeah, and honestly, that's as simple as it is, and that's exactly what we've been doing. With regards to the momentum and the growth in terms of the positions, as I say, myself and my team, we're all going faster than the compensation plan at the moment. It's a little bit difficult to keep up with, you know, what month is this of which promotion? Where am I now? But I mean, there are worse problems to have, right? I'm not complaining about that at all, and neither are my team. So yeah, that's me. That's what we've been doing. Very excited to be in Dublin to see the celebrations with everyone. And I just also know, you know, I'm going to touch on what Sara said as well about vision boards. I take vision boards very, very seriously, to the point where, you know, the posters for NMD, all the positions really. Nesh had made one. Nesh is my upline for PMD, and it was the old poster. And I said, she showed me it, and I said, Nesh, that's not right. That's not the current PMD poster. I said, if you're gonna have a vision board and you're gonna visualize getting that position, we have to make you the current poster, because that's what's going to come to life. And last month I made her proper PMD poster, exactly what it would look like, and this month she achieved it, which is phenomenal. But I'm so clear with my visions. Every month I update it. I actually have one on my phone, and I also have a physical one in my bedroom, and it is so powerful. And also declaring it to the world. You know, when I went to the NMD meeting, I stood in front of the NMDs and I said, I'm going to go IMD this month. And something about getting it out there and having the guts to say, I know I'm capable and I'm going to do it, and not keeping it to yourself and sharing it proudly. I think it's so powerful. I remember. Yeah, thank you. I really enjoyed being at the NMD meeting. It was amazing. I loved it. So that's me, guys. That's how I've done it. It is super simple. Don't overcomplicate it, and enjoy it. Enjoy this process. It's so much fun. I also have brought on my lovely team member. I don't know if she's here yet.
Hello.
Oh, she is. Guys, this is Catherine. She is my wonderful team member. I'm going to let her explain, you know, how she's used this system herself. So Catherine, if you want to take it away, my darling.
Hi guys, I'm gonna have to make it brief because I'm actually at work, which is a bit naughty, but I've just jumped on quickly. I just want to express to you how incredible this business has completely transformed my life. So my end goal is to actually, and I'm at work, so I'm going to say this quietly, is to completely hand my notice in when I hit month 3 of QNMD, and I hit month 1 of QNM. Well, I hit the title of QNMD this month, and I can tell you, consistency absolutely got me to my goal. I am always consistent. I never give up. I'm constantly showing up. I'm always there. I joined the business in July 2023. I hit Partner Plus a month and a half after I joined the business. I then went to, which was in August. I then actually went to, where are you going, Chelsea? Went to SP in March 24. So it took me ages to get to SP, and that's what it felt like to me. Then I went to SC in July. And then when I went from SC in July, my business literally rocketed from SC to QNMD in the space of 3 or 4 months. So when I say to you, like, consistency is 100% key, like, listen to your upline, follow their suit, and it literally gets you to the position you want. And also the vision board thing, I've had since I've had vision boards on my screensaver, I don't do a physical one. I find it really difficult to find the time, but I've got one on my phone at all times. And Chelsea very much pushes that on me. I have hit every single position that I've put on my vision board. So I've gone from SC in July to August SC, QSSC, September QSSC to SSC, October QSSC, SSC and QNMD. And I haven't even had time to have my SSC balloons. I'm literally going through the compensation plan at a rate, and I'm incredibly grateful. And it's such a new sort of position for me. I feel quite emotional about QNMD, but my whole vision is to eventually hand my notice in and become like PMD plus as soon as possible, basically. But thank you for inviting me on, Chelsea. That is my kind of my journey. I feel incredibly lucky to have found this business. So absolutely, we need to shout about this to every single person that comes in our way.
Amazing. I think I'm taking over now. Is that right, James? Or
Yes,
is Paula wrapping up the first hour? I think I am. Anyway,
Yes,
hey guys,
you're going
absolutely
now.
incredible.
Oh.
Catherine and Chelsea, wow, just unbelievable. I'm sure the rate you guys are going, you'll be PMD plus by Christmas. So absolutely epic, huge, well done. Yeah, just mind blown. Hi everyone. I hope everyone is having an incredible start to November. It seems like Success October. They should call it like Rocktober or something. Absolutely amazing. Very happy to introduce our next three guests. So our next guest is the incredible Chloe Myers, now NMD, which is very, very exciting. Chloe's journey with wellbeing, nutrition, and self-care began in 2013 after suffering with hormone imbalances and aggressive acne for 20 years. I think everyone has seen her progress pictures. Absolutely incredible how her skin was transformed thanks to the capsules. She got on the capsules whilst pregnant from her health practitioner, Jeff Montague Smith. So everyone go and choose the right doctor. And she's never looked back. Chloe is a busy mum to two boys, now NMD. She's been 8 years with the company, and she has a global capsules-based business with Juice Plus. So I love this because it's the other side of the coin. We hear a lot about control these days and TikTok, but Chloe has built an incredible business using capsules and networking and more face-to-face business as well. So Chloe, I think you're going to tell us all about how important getting the right mindset is.
Thanks so much, Erin. And yeah, you definitely need a right mindset when it takes you 9 years to go NMD. Mine is not a quick journey. There's a lot of it's like a roller coaster, lots of twists and turns. So I guess that's the number one thing for a good mindset, is that understanding this business is not always going to be an upward trajectory. And you know, when we were at the NMD retreat, and I loved listening to Paddy, and he was talking about you know, actually when you have the tough times in your business, that's where the growth happens. So that actually when, you know, the growth doesn't, you evolve as a person constantly in this business, and you're always learning new things. But it's when you're on the downward trajectory, or the big roadblock comes up and you can't see a way around it, that's where I believe the true evolution of yourself comes, and that's where you step forward as a leader. And so what I would say is, don't ever think a business is going to do this. It doesn't always. Any business in life, doesn't matter if it's Juice Plus or you're an entrepreneur with a shop or whatever, businesses tend to do this. But as long as they can sort of keep stepping in the right direction, but it's these twists and turns. So you have to expect that in your business. And that also there'll be a kind of, Jeff's always talked to me about an octopus, but is it an octopus? Yeah. Or a lung, that it will expand, but they'll also contract at times as well. And that's where you build. So having a good, strong mindset is really key. And it was really interesting listening to Chelsea and Sara talk about the vision boards, because I just thought I would share this with you. I'll take my blur off. But when I went, so one of my visions was speaking on stage, and I got to be a guest speaker at Brighton. which was amazing for me. And when I went up the stairs, there was the big neon NMD meeting sign. So I just loved it. It was big, bright, colourful, and it said NMD meeting, and it had an arrow. And I took a photo next to it, and there was like a really excited buzz about it. And then I was also like, I'm still not NMD. So I took a photo next to it, and then I've just come back from the NMD retreat as an NMD, and I took another photo of me next to the sign, and it was a very different photo. It was like, oh my God, I've done it. So that went on my vision board straight after Brighton last October, and I put a date next to it of when I was going to go NMD. So this is my vision board, and I hit NMD on the 31st of July 2024. So make sure you've got your vision board, guys, because it's really, really powerful. And I hadn't even realized, because it sits opposite me on the desk, and I was talking to my team the day after NMD, and I was like, whoa, and I hadn't even realized the date that was on my vision board. It's just there in front of me all the time. It's like, you know, subconscious listening. But I just pulled it off, and I was like, guys, look at this, and there was the NMD sign. Yeah, so get your vision board, guys, really important. So I was going to talk about so key things I think with mindset. Number one is you've got to be really resilient and adaptable. We went to the Glasgow NMD retreat in January, and we had a brilliant guest speaker, and she was saying, you know, you've got to be an adaptable fox. Foxes are very good, they adapt to their environment. Pandas are pretty useless, and they're slow, you know, they're really struggling with duplication because they just reach for food and things. Foxes will go out and scavenge, however. So in your business, create a very adaptable mindset. And that's something that I've always done, you know, having a capsule business. And I started 9 years ago. It's very much swimming upstream against the current a lot of the time. So I've always had to be like, well, how could I do that better? Or the first few people I spoke to in the business, and I just vomited Juice Plus at them, and it was dreadful. And then I'd sit in the car and be like, oh, that didn't go very well. How could I be better? And that's what I'm always thinking. And part of that as well is think about, who do you need to become? Can the hosts mute people? Sorry. Who do you need to become to get that next position, right? So for me to go IMD, I have to think like an IMD now. I can't wait to get to IMD to become IMD. I have to be there. And in my head, I was NMD sort of 7 years ago, probably. And I was gathering all the information and the sort of skills to go NMD. So if you're at a position now, say you're a sales coordinator and you want to go QSSC, you've got to be thinking like an SSC. And what do you need to do? So part of my IMD journey now is I've got to learn how to duplicate that into my business. I've got to scale and double my business. I've got to help my team go NMD and become the leaders they need to become. So it's really, really important that you follow success, you know, talk to the leaders, talk to the people. And I would say this as well, when you go to Dublin and convention, don't just hang out with your team. Yes, you're there to have a great time with your partners and your friends and to party, but use that room. You're in a room with 700 partners and you're in a room with leaders. Make sure you spend some time talking to them, network, get to know their tips for success, because that will really, really help you. Don't just stick in your crowd. I'm a big networker. I love networking. Most of my clients come, like every client who orders with me, I do it through a phone call with them. So all of my clients, none of them order unless they've spoken to me. And so I really developed that relationship. Networking is a key thing, and it will really build your resilience and your mindset as well, and your skills. The other thing is to really know your why and make sure it's bigger than your why not. And for me, it took me 3 years to find my why. And it's actually your why ultimately. If you take it back to the day you said yes to this business, that's your why. There will be something that was driving you and pushing you. And if Tracy can be muted, that'd be great. Thank you. There's a reason why you said yes to this business. And that will ultimately always be the reason that stops you quitting. And you've got to make sure that's a strong reason, because it's very lovely to want to go and make a difference and do all the positivity. But I truly believe for the absolute leaders in this business, there's a strong, you're running away from something that you don't want to persist anymore. Could be the job you hate, the boss you hate, could be scrabbling around for money every month that's just so stressful. That was one of my whys. Could be a lack of purpose, or like, you know, you're made for more in this world and it really drives you. So really understand your why, so that when the people are negative or say to you, oh, that will never work, I've done loads of that stuff, you're like, okay, crack on. So it's really, really important that you have something so fierce inside you that it's never going to let you quit, because the why is so much stronger than the why not. And lean. And I was talking to Mel last night in Nesh's team, and Chelsea, who has just absolutely smashed her NFD. I'm so happy for her because we were buddies at the academy, and we had this really long chat last night, and we were talking about using the business in the tough times to lean into it. And this business, a lot of people step away from the business when life gets tough. You know, if you've got, you know, if there's health worries or problems in the family and things like that, you like, I can't do the business, I'm too busy, I'm too stressed. This business over 9 years has saved me so many times, I can't tell you. Last year was a very, very difficult year for me and my family. And my team, Beth, who's on the call, you will hear from her in a bit, the amount of times she listened to me sobbing and having a real tough time. But if I shut my office door and I got on a call with my team and they're all positive and they're all uplifting because they're in the mission of wanting to help people, it's a very, very positive space to be. You know, speaking to someone like Nesh, who's just so positive and so lovely. When you're in a space like that, this business literally can save you. And mentally for me, it has been that's a reason I could never quit, because I find the world very grey. There's a lot of negativity out there. You turn on the TV and it's like, oh my God, the world's coming to an end. You get on a call with Juice Plus people and it is such a positive, happy place to be. So don't step away from your business when life gets tough. Use the tough why to lean into it and change the way things are. So I would really, really urge you to do that, because and with the mindset stuff, somebody I really think everybody should be following is Andrew Logan. He's a brilliant friend of mine. He's over in Australia. He's running a training call. He's coming to the UK to train my team in January, which is absolutely amazing. If you go to his Way Out community Facebook page, sign up to his newsletters. He literally sends you a dose of mindset every day. He does brilliant little podcasts of 10, 15 minutes. He's a 7-figure earner in the health industry. He's absolutely amazing. He is such a great person to tune into every day. You have to be around people that have done better than you, because they're going to give you the mindset that it takes. Don't listen to people that don't do this business or aren't in this field or aren't entrepreneurs and don't run their own business and are employed and things. Don't listen to their opinions, because they're not in our shoes doing what we're doing. You need to listen to people that have been out there and done it and achieved it and give you advice. So there's that as well. And the other thing to understand as well is affiliate marketing, network marketing, however you want to class it, it's not perfect, but it is such a better alternative to other things. Have you really looked at, you know, what the other options are out there? Because I find it with only £35 sign up, people treat this as a £35 opportunity. Add a couple of zeros on this. Add it as a £350,000 opportunity. You create it as a £3,000 opportunity every month that you could be earning when you hit QNMD and NMD. Like, that's the kind of take home that people are having, you know, when they start hitting those leadership levels. So where else can you do this? Where else can you build an income that has no risk, that you can build with 2 children aged 1 and 3 and a house of 6 people that you can, you know, stay at home with your family? Like, where else can you do that doesn't carry the risk, the overheads, the staff, the responsibility? You know, my husband's job is fantastic. He loves it. He makes a very good income. He'll never be the CEO of his company. Look around you, like, because people are so easy to quit on this industry because it's hard. We're not outperforming brain surgery. Like, it's not that tricky. You don't have to study for 7 years to be good at this. You can literally come in and on day one you can go Partner Plus and earn the money on your products and your sign up. So I would encourage you to really have a look around at what the other options are, because it's probably going to be risk. It's going to be high investment. It's going to be trading time for money. And in this business, yes, you start off in that way, but you can create freedom where you're not. I've just had 2 weeks of half term, like, you know, whole days with my children. Don't have to ask my boss for that time off. I'm not trading time for money. The time I give this business is the time that I choose to give it, but I also don't have to ask anybody if I want to take 2 months off. So really get that element as well of this industry and what it can create for you, because it literally does transform lives. You know, you've listened to Chelsea. I mean, it's absolutely insane what that's doing, you know, what she's achieved in her business. And it's so inspiring, and that is life-changing for her and her family. We were messaging last night, you know, it's transforming her life, and then it's transforming her team's lives as well. Everybody in her downline, Chelsea is standing for them and helping them. So whilst this is not perfect and it's not easy, it's definitely better, in my opinion. So, and I think it's really important to share that. Similarly with the products, they transform lives. They are a gift. It's your duty to share them with people. Make yourself a big person. You know, oh, what if that person with cancer says no to me? What if they say yes? I look after lots of people going through cancer treatment. It's phenomenal what these products do to support their bodies. You know, my mum's had cancer for 11.5 years. She said to me at Christmas, if it wasn't for Juice Plus, I'd probably be dead by now. You know, that's not a big claim. It's just when you look at the immune system, the inflammation, the gut health, how it supports our cells, our DNA, our mutations. These products are such a gift. If you have any question over that, if you weren't in this business, would you be taking the products? And I hope you all say yes. If you weren't in this business and you wouldn't be taking the products, you're in the wrong place. I was on these products for 2.5 years before I joined the business. And if I left the business tomorrow, I would take these products for the rest of my life. These are a gift to share. It's your duty to share them with people. If people say no, that's okay. But what if they say yes? And you help somebody's child stop their horrific eczema that makes them bleed at night? What if you help somebody, you know, increase their weight post treatments? You know, this is the gift of what we can give people. So it is such a support in our daily lives. And when you look at the studies and the DNA and the inflammation and the damage we can help mop up through these products, you have to share it with other people. So if your mindset isn't there on those products and you don't have this giant sort of posture when you're standing for somebody, go out there, listen to Sue more, listen to the calls, listen to the doctors, Gerald Tolzer, read the papers, understand what these products can do for people, because they literally transform lives and are so supportive in the 21st century that every living, breathing human should be using Juice Plus. And I firmly believe that. So if someone says no to me, that's fine, but at least I've shared it with them, because nobody shared it with me for the 22 years it was out there before I found it. And in those 22 years, I woke up with my pillow stuck to my face with blood. I cried, my face split open and bled. I had blood poisoning. Like, I'm so angry that nobody shared these with me. And thanks to Jeff that he stood for me. And that's the kind of mindset you need to have when you're talking to people about these products. You know, don't be wishy-washy. These products aren't wishy-washy. Go in bold, go in strong. And I think that's pretty much what I could cover in 15 minutes. I've got Beth on the call. Beth has just smashed her SC and reconfirmed this month, and has all the volume in place for QSSC as well, because we have such a lovely repeat business and pay line volume. So she's going to go QSSC as well. And so excited. And Beth, I just thought you could share your business journey and why you love doing this.
Oh, thank you. Hi, everyone. Really nice to see everyone. I love these calls. I do find them so motivating. So yeah, thanks for having me on, Chloe. And you can see why, you know, we love this business. If you have an upline like that, it's brilliant. So thanks, Chloe. Thanks for everything you do. So I'll just quickly share my business journey. So, you know, I do get a little bit of imposter syndrome when I hear other people speak about smashing through all those promotions, because it's been slow and steady for me. I've been doing this for a few years now, but probably treating it very much like a hobby. You know, in the first couple of years, really, it's only really been in the last year I've taken it a bit more seriously and I've noticed a difference. But my background was teaching. So for over 21 years, I was a teacher of PE and food. So very much avidly a fan of, you know, good health, fitness, nutrition, things like that. And I wanted to get out of teaching, and we moved counties down to Dorset. So now that was my chance to get out of teaching about 3.5 years ago. And I wanted to become a health coach. So I certified, you know, got a certificate to be a health coach. And during that process, I was really immersing myself in learning about food as medicine and finding out, you know, all these things about how we need plant foods in our diet and plant-based diet and the different polyphenols and everything that it does for us in our bodies, and thinking, oh my goodness, we really need to be in more plants. So I put my whole family on a completely plant-based diet for a couple of years. That got really it's quite sort of boring and tiring. I never really got used to the beans, and my boys were bored of bean curry after a couple of years. And then still learning about all this food, like we need all these plant foods. I met Chloe at a networking event, like, we know she does face-to-face networking. She's very good at it. So she said, oh yeah, I've got fruit and vegetables in a capsule. And I was like, what? I don't need to be on a completely vegan diet. We can go back to eating meat. We can still get the plant foods in us. And so that was like a light bulb moment for me, really. I'd heard about greens powders, but really then finding out about these capsules from Chloe, it's just, it was just a no-brainer. So after all the research I'd done, after all the learning I'd done, for me, it just made total sense. And so that is my story. I don't have some huge transformational health journey or weight loss journey or anything like that. But my story is, I know about food. I know about nutrition. I'm very well educated in that. And it just made complete sense for me. So now I'm growing a team of health professionals, people that understand food, they understand fruits and vegetables, and they know that it just makes total sense, and they don't really need to be kind of convinced to come on board as a business or to use the product. So that's what I'm excited about. So that's my journey, really. Yeah, I've just I've done sort of SP and SC this year, which I'm really proud of, and gunning for QSSC next, which I'm excited about. And I'm excited about growing a team of health professionals, because they do have a client base that are coming to them looking for nutritional advice and looking for supplements and asking, what's the best. And it's really nice for them to have something that's so simple and so easy to understand that they can recommend something that's so clean and so pure. So I've just shared my next goal with Chloe the other day, and that is, so I'll share it on here to hold myself accountable. We're kind of thinking about moving counties again in a couple of years, probably in about 18 months, 2 years. And I am determined not to have to find another job. So I do work part-time at the moment. It's very much a bread and butter job. And I don't want to, when I move counties again, I don't want to have to get another job. So I'm really determined to be bringing in enough money so that I don't have to go and find another job. Will be, what I do with part-time hours, hopefully. So there you go. I'm accountable to you guys now. Hold me to it. Thanks.
Absolutely amazing. I have no doubt that you'll achieve that, and you'll have to get back on the call. Well, you'll probably be on the call before then, but definitely you'll have to come and share that with us when you achieve that. Huge well done, and thank you to Chloe. Just epic, absolutely incredible, and Beth, amazing as well. So lovely to see fresh people coming through the business as well. Just, yeah, amazing. And Chloe, no doubt IMD is around the corner. Right, our next guest is the beautiful and wonderful Nicola Tolson. I don't think we've ever, since I've been helping host these calls, I don't think I've interviewed you, Nicola, which is absolutely crazy. But I have had the pleasure of having Nicola at some of my London events, and just is always incredible to hear from. So Nicola is an EMD in the business. She's been with Juice Plus for almost 30 years. Which she grew alongside working in a busy A&E hospital, having previously worked for some famous and some infamous people. I'd love to know who they were. We will have to have a chat the next time you come to London. She is a mum and a grandma. She says that thanks to JP, she has survived through bankruptcy, divorce, dementia, and dogs, alongside raising children, working, developing a team who share the passion of good health. She loves people and helping others explore their potential to achieve the most in life, whether that's health for themselves, family, or financial freedom. So she's a wonderful guest to have on, and we're very honoured to have her speaking. And Nicola, you're going to be talking about why you're so passionate about Juice Plus.
I am indeed, Erin, and it's a title that James asked me to speak about. And when I looked at it, I thought, oh my goodness me, because even though I'm in my 70s, half term hits everybody, believe me. And I've got big grandchildren, and they very kindly brought all sorts of bugs and bits and pieces, which I wasn't expecting. So I'm hoping I'm not going to cough all the way through this. And I have actually written myself some notes, but I don't think I need to say anything at all, because Chloe and Beth and you, Erin, have actually told my whole story, and Chloe and Beth between them have said everything that I was going to say. So I just really want to reinforce why I really am still so passionate about this business. It's 11:24. I'm just going to take about 10 minutes. And I have got a guest who's going to just add in a little bit more. But curveballs in life, we all have them. And I've always said to my kids, every 3 to 6 months, something big is going to happen. It's probably not going to be what you're expecting. Very rarely is going to be good. It's often going to be bad, like the washing machine, the car, or something big is going to break and you're not going to have the money. Deal with it and move on. And you know, I've been in the business almost 32 years. In March it will be. And the company have always had my back, and they've got your back too. And I think what I would like to do is just reinforce for you this morning how the company have got your back, always have done. Because when we have the curveball of the cobbled together systems that we've had for so many years, which have broken down every month end, and now we're moving across to digital system. Yes, it is traumatic. It is painful. It's an experience that we've never been through before. At least a lot of you haven't been through it. But oddly enough, James and I have been through something like this with the Juice Plus company. So yeah, we've got a bruised system at the moment. But when it gets going well, we're going to forget about this pain and we're just going to jump along with it. So let's applaud James for continuing to do all of these meetings that he does on a monthly basis. And I'll tell you a little bit more in a moment or two about James and some of the meetings that he's been running for over 32 years. Big shout out to Chloe, because without notes, she just sails through her passion for what this business is and what it's done for her. I know it so well because it's done all the same things for me. But when I joined the company, it was called NSA, and we only have water filters. This is pre-Juice Plus. It's now called the Juice Plus company, but the company always were a marketing company, and they sourced products, technical products, that the market itself didn't recognize it needed for quite a long time. So water filters, in-home water filtration, people even now are just starting to get used to the idea. So when fruit and vegetables in capsules came on board 32 years ago, we really thought they were bonkers. And I particularly did, because my dad had worked for Glaxo as part of the polio program. So what on earth, how on earth do they get fruits and vegetables into a capsule? 20 of them, and it costs us £28 for 20 fruits and vegetables. I mean, it's laughable now, isn't it? But we thought that was really, really expensive and a total exaggeration of everything people needed. However, James was running meetings in London, and he had some fantastic speakers. Robert Chatfield, homeopathic dentist, was one. Spoke a lot of sense, and he understood bodies at cellular level. And that really, for a lot of us, was the foundation of where we started to understand that fruits and vegetables probably weren't all bad. And in fact, 1972, the World Health Organization said we should all be eating 5 portions of fruits and 5 portions of vegetables. If you hold your fist up for yourself, that's the size of 1 portion for you. So the size of a child's fist is smaller, the size of a man's fist is probably bigger than yours. So the message was out there. And in the hospital that I was working in, all the way around the hospital, there were big signs of gorillas and elephants saying, tell him it's what was it? It's sissy to eat fruits and vegetables. And I thought, in a hospital, they've got the same message that I'm trying to deliver and no one's listening. Well, you know what? No one's listening even now. And that's what's so scary. That's why the company need us and revere us for who we are, what we do, our passion, our drive, our consistency for getting out there and getting that message across to people. So let me see what notes I've got here. Yeah, I moved from Oxfordshire to Kent at probably the worst time in my life, because Juice Plus just arrived on the scene as I moved. I was in my mid-40s, I had small children, I had bigger family commitments. And then within months, my husband was bankrupted, as Erin said. Great, because you end up with nothing. And I had this business I didn't know anything about, and we were all looking sideways at him thinking, fruits and vegetables in cap, are they real? I mean, seriously, what are we going to do? Or what do we say? What's the story? But people like Robert Chatfield at James's events were really starting to put it together for us. So slowly, our understanding and getting that message across. I mean, when the stuff first came out, we had to hand deliver it to people. And it was delivered as a 4-month supply, but we thought we had to, it was in 1 month bottles. So we thought we had to deliver it to people as a a 1 month supply. We didn't understand the efficacy of it or why it had to be for 4 months as the blood cells were replaced. So all of this came much, much, much later. So let me just refer to my notes because I'm very good at going off tangent, but I always feel at my age, I can actually excuse myself. Nobody else excuses me, but I can excuse myself. Anyway, in Oxfordshire, we had spent 12 years building a house. So I ended up on my arse with absolutely nothing, living in the country, in a mobile home on my brother's land, 2 mobile homes, in fact, had an au pair who was really unhappy living in the country, and children who needed to go to a school. So I got her into a job in Knightsbridge, I got my kids into the local village school, and as I turned around and my husband was sort of flaking out and saying, oh, and we can't do anything because he's quite a lot older than me. I thought, I actually quite like it here in Kent. It's not all bad. It's nice and green and there's no traffic queues. I mean, the traffic queue to get to the village school was about 5 cars. Brilliant. So life started to become quite exciting. So the reason I'm telling you this is everyone in life has challenges, and it doesn't matter who you are, what age you are, what your life consists of. Challenges are, if they're real to you. So you might be a work-at-home mum, you might be a live-at-home mum, you might have a partner who's supportive with your Juice Plus business or not, you might have a partner who's supportive in life or not. You might be in a job that you absolutely hate and you can't afford to leave it because you might be a pensioner. Now, I know a lot about pensioners these days, and because I live in Folkestone in Kent, to get the grandchildren into London on the high-speed train or any train, I'm going to be looking at least £200 for a day out. You'd say that to a lot of pensioners, and it's just not possible at all. So, you know, these challenges are there for everybody, and we've got solutions. That's what's so fun about our business. So, I think one of the things that really locked me into the company was in the water filter days. I'm sorry to keep harking back to this, but the company have got really good incentives now. But in the water filter days, they seem to do a raffle and dip into a hat somewhere along the line, all the people who were selling the water filters, and a name was pulled out. My name was pulled out after this bankruptcy. My kids had never been on holiday. And the fun was, this was a holiday of my choice with spending money. We'll go back over 30 years. It was £200 spending money. £200 spending money then, and a holiday. Oh my goodness. For me, that was it. Whatever else happened in this company, I was completely locked in. They had me at that point. Whatever happened. And we have been through some roller coaster times. But at that moment, I think I understood that the company had my back. And I think I then found that I was going to have their back too, because the same people, we've all got different belly buttons, but we all have the same needs. And you know, when Juice Plus was launched at the NEC in Birmingham, there were probably about 5,000 franchise partners in the room. And the press got hold of some news quite a few months later, and it went all over. It's a little bit like this data transmission that we're going through at the moment. Everybody was prepared to look for all the bad things, and nothing was positive, nothing was good. The press got hold of something and it decimated the franchise base. We ended up with about 500 franchise partners throughout Europe. So it's on those 500 who stuck in there that the foundation on which you're standing with this fantastic Juice Plus product range now is in existence. We didn't understand the capsules at the time. We still didn't. I mean, it took us quite a long time to work it out. But we've got this huge plant-based business, a plant-based product range now. So we've got solutions for everyone, whatever age or social background. So yeah, there's lots of trials and tribulations, and for me, the core of our community has been rock solid. You can choose your friends, but I always say to my team, be careful who you choose to join your business, because when they drop out or you drop out, I'm going to be working with them, and it's a long time, 32 years working with people who are a bit on the side. You think, well, okay. Anyway, back to what I was doing. I had small children after the bankruptcy, and I knew I had to get a roof over the head and food on the table for these kids and animals. I've always had animals around me. And I got a job in the A&E hospital that Erin mentioned there. And because I needed a regular income. Now, I was really happy at the time. I was sales coordinator. I had £270 a month coming in on a regular basis with my Juice Plus business. And it was enough to pay the mortgage that I had at the time and a little bit of extra. But when I started working at the hospital, the research started to come through, and I was talking to the doctors who were very busy at the time. They didn't like it because who was I? Who was I to talk to them about health and well-being? Well, it was quite interesting because although it took a while to wear them down, I did actually have a very, very good opening there with a lot of consultants from different disciplines coming into my team. And they were so enthusiastic, not with their health service, National Health Service patients, but with their private patients. So yeah, it took a long while for me to achieve NMD, but I built my business really learning my trade and talking to people on a professional basis. So my belief grew in the products, in the company, and in myself. And then when I achieved NMD, it took me ever such a long time to put my feet into the shoes of an NMD and feel comfortable. But the money kept coming in because it was a capsule-based business. And I didn't understand the magic of that at the time. It was just happening. We didn't have a bonus scheme at the time at all. So whatever we did, it was our effort that was just sort of pushing constantly, chit chat to people about the same thing. I felt like a tape recorder actually, because I was saying the same thing every evening to people on the phone. Do you remember phones? I mean, we always used to do this. Now people do that for a phone. We used to do this. So at the time, the marketing plan was cumulative and it forced us to do our apprenticeship within each level. We had to learn what was happening within our business and the marketing plan, and we grew into the next level that we were aiming for. So we were sort of maturing like a good wine or a good cheese all the time. So I built my capsule business, and because that's what I understood, and that's all we had when we started. So for me, all of the lifestyle products are really very much an add-on, but it's a marriage. That marketing plan and the capsules are a marriage made in heaven. As I say, I can't emphasize enough, the other products are very much add-ons. The capsules will pay you every month because people are using it every month. The income is coming in every month. And the two were set up together before we had this plethora of other products. So I just want you to think about something. I set people up with Juice Plus about 32 years ago, and they're still my customers. At least I hope with all the mess of the system, they're still my customers. You never know at the moment. But I have been paid every month for having introduced those people to Juice Plus. Now just think about it, 32 years. Is that good? Or is that something you're going to walk away from? So it's a marriage that creates stability, not just financial stability, but it's a stability with the people that you're putting the feet in your water with. So as long as you are achieving PB, it doesn't matter on your position. Outside of our business, the positions, the name of the position mean diddly squat. You just have to hit PB and make sure that your team are achieving the same. Position doesn't mean anything if you're not getting the numbers through. So whatever the challenges that we're currently experiencing, understand that the overall scheme of things, it's temporary and cream rises to the top. And I think as you're all on this call this morning, you must be the cream. So, you know, you've got to decide whether you're in this for the long haul or whether you can't hack that bumpy ride. So some of the things that this business has allowed me to do, I've been able to spoil my family. There was a time I took them all on safari in South Africa. And as they stepped onto the pavement in the UK, I just said to them, right, everything is on me for the next 2 weeks until you get back here. And I'm off to India for a whole month in January. I was there in February. But I know I'm going to miss some really essential meetings. But, you know, mid-70s, yeah, come on, it's time to have a bit of fun as well. So I thank the company for the opportunity to be able to do that. But I particularly thank the company for giving me the opportunity to develop an income that allowed me to take time out when my parents particularly needed me most of all. They didn't need me financially. There was plenty of money there, but they needed the emotional support. And my kids needed a lot of support as well. So that's what this business will do for you. So yes, I am absolutely locked in because this company have had my back for a very long time. What else can I say? Have I said? There's all sorts of things I can say here. I'm not, people often say to me, why are you still working at your age? Work? this isn't work. This is definitely not work. What else am I going to do? I mean, this is my social life. I travel with this. It's my community. It's my friendships. It's just everything that happens in my life. When I look at my friends, I think, oh my God, you know, they really are all Juice Plus people. Not all of them, but the majority of them really are. So why would I ever put it down? We were at a meeting, a number of us just recently over in Gloucester, and the strapline, was it, Chloe? It was for Juice Plus products are for you today and for all your tomorrows. Have I got that right? Or is it for today and for all your tomorrows? It was something along those lines, wasn't it? So, you know, in this business, just remember, you are not the issue. You're a paid storyteller, and it's really important, I think, to stay humble, really stay humble, because the company have got your back, and it's time right now that we've got the company's back. So let's just put something back into the company. I have got a guest speaker who, again, is probably going to reinforce everything that I have said here. But it's a sideline, and I work with a lot of people, whether they're in my team, whether they're sidelined to me, it doesn't really make much difference, because we are a Juice Plus family. And James has been so generous over many, many years. There is nothing that I would not do for him. When he said to me, Nicky, could you? And I thought, oh, I feel really bad. These kids have brought all this stuff in. And I thought, there's no way I'm going to say no. So thank you, James. And Margaret, would you care to sort of back up just what I have been saying? Don't forget to unmute yourself.
Yes. Yeah. Thank you, Nicky. Can you see?
Yep.
Okay, let me just, maybe I need to get onto the, thank you very much. Yes, honor to be invited to speak by Nicky. I've been with the Juice Company for 26 years now, and I just love it. I haven't made NMD yet, but of course I'm still working towards that, but it isn't the be all and end all for me. Like Nicky said, positions aren't the only thing that count in this business. There are so many other reasons why I love the company and I stay with it. First of all, of course, I love the products. I love the capsules, what they've done for me and for my family and for everybody, what they've done for us over the years. I've been taking them, as I said, for 26 years. My kids, my grandkids, and I'll sort of never stop. And all of my customers are capsule customers. Some of them have the lifestyle products as add-ons, but I've always focused on capsules because I've been in the business a long time. And like Nicky said, in the beginning, that's all we had. That's what we knew. That's what we learned. We did have complete, I think, at the beginning, but it was called Light then, I remember. And it was considered, it was talked about as a distributor secret. We had hardly any customers. I hadn't had any customers that were on complete. We were on it ourselves. But outside the partner base, it was funny compared to what it is today. We were brought up on capsules, and my upline taught me capsules and the benefits of capsules. That's what we did, and I suppose I'm a creature of habit. I still focus on the capsules because that's what I learned. And like what Nicky said, fruits and vegetables never go out of fashion. We know that they work, and we know that we need them. And we know that so many people don't get enough. But having built my business on capsules, I have a regular income that I can rely on because my PB is safe. I know what's coming in every month. The sales I've made years ago and months ago are still paying me today, and I can rely on the PV. I don't have to run out and scrabble every single month for PV to make my PB. And it makes it a really solid business. And like Nicky, I have a few customers who've been with me, well, not 32 years, but I have some customers who've been with me for 25 years. And that's really great. Imagine that. But I would reiterate what Nicky says to the company's got our back. I trust the company. They have our back. It's a solid community. And I have confidence that even though we have challenges at the moment, the company understands what we're going through, and I trust they'll fix it. And I feel comfortable here, if you know what I mean. I feel that the Juice Plus world is a safe place for me. But the community and the friendship that we've got is the part that I love the most. In my team and my sideline friends and support and buddies. Remember, J-Man always used to say, always said, find a buddy to work with. And I'm happy to say I've got lots of buddies in my team and sidelines in many countries, actually. In Denmark, where I live, I have buddies who are not in my team that I work with, and in the other Nordic countries, especially in Norway and Finland, I have buddies, and in Scotland, where I come from, in England and Wales, particularly, for example, Nicky and I have been friends and buddies in this business for over 20 years. You build real friendships. And also in other European countries and in the United States, which is where my upline is, in the United States. So I'm very passionate about all things Juice Plus, and I'm in for the long haul. So thanks for inviting me.
Absolutely amazing. Thank you so much, and Margaret and Nicky as well. Just incredible and really moving as well. And great to see that there are people who have been with the company, you know, since the beginning, and are still so passionate about it. So it just shows what is out there for all of us. So thank you so much, guys. Really appreciate it. So our final guest today, I don't think I need to introduce, because I think if you're on social media, you can't, or in Juice Plus, you can't not know who this person is. Come on. If you don't know who this person is, start having a look and you'll find out. So it is the incredible Dani Kumru, PMD. Now, Dani is a PMD. She's a Club 100. She was a teacher. Now, I don't know if this is up to date or not, Dani, so correct me if it's not. You've been in Juice Plus almost 6 years, or is that previous? Like,
oh, long time, a lot longer.
That's what I
9 years
thought.
plus,
When I saw that, I was like, has my producer James Sanderson giving me incorrect?
You go too quick.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
This TV host needs to get their producer into gear. Just joking, James. So anyway, Dani will tell us how long she's been in Juice Plus, but it's longer than 6 years. It took her a year to get to NMD, 3 years to get to PMD, and she does the business full time with her husband, Ross. They are the Juice Plus power couple. And Dani is going to be talking to us about what it takes to be successful with Juice Plus.
Perfect. Thank you very much for having me. And yeah, do you know what? It almost feels like I started yesterday, but it does feel like I've been here for 9 years as well. It's really hard to explain. It's been an amazing journey. I've loved every single minute of it. And you know what? I still love it today as much as the minute I joined. I've never once been convinced to go anywhere else. I'm just literally tunnel vision with Juice Plus. I love everything about it for all of the reasons we've already heard about on this call, okay? We've had some fantastic speakers. I absolutely love these coffee mornings. So thank you everyone for putting them on. So yeah, what does it take to be successful in Juice Plus? Do you know what? It just takes a resilience, a determination, a can-do attitude, a not giving up attitude. We've all heard from different speakers today about the length of time we've all been here, and all of our journeys are individual. So I think never comparing yourself to someone else. Right now we're going through a time where there's massive success in the company, and we can see that. And you know, you can look at it and that can rather inspire you, or it can make you do the complete opposite, and it can make you go, oh, I'm not getting anywhere. And you can have like a pity party about it. But your time will come. And as you say, there's so many more reasons to be here. Yes, we make fantastic money. You know, yes, it's the best company in the world to be a part of, but there are so many reasons to be here. The product's being an amazing one, right? There's no products like the Juice Plus product, as we've heard about on the call. So I'm going to tell you a little bit about where it started for me. So 9 years ago, I came across Juice Plus online. I was teaching and I didn't know much about it, to be honest. I'd never used the products before. Our journeys are all different. Some of us start by using the products. I started because I wanted the business opportunity. And I came across it by someone sending me a message saying, are you open to listen to a business opportunity? So like people have said earlier, you know, like I think it was Sara that said on the call, don't be afraid to reach out to people, because you never know who needs this business. Everyone needs our product, right? But everyone needs our business as well, especially in life at the moment. Life's difficult, you know. How much have like our food bills gone up? Like how much has everything gone up? The cost of living right now is absolutely crazy. Sometimes I look at things in a supermarket and I think, what? I remember when that was like 40p and now they're trying to charge me like £5 for it. It's absolutely bizarre what's going on right now. So honestly, share this opportunity with everyone. So I came across it online 9 years ago. I dipped my toe in. started putting some posts up online, because that was sort of like my generation. It was kind of like, let's post on Facebook. I actually joined the business through Twitter. How crazy is that? It was a little Twitter thing going on at the time where people were recruiting and promoting the products on Twitter. It's crazy. We've spoke today about, you know, things changing and keeping up with that. And if you are building your business online, things do change, trends do change. So I'm dipping my toe into a bit of TikTok at the moment, obviously, because it's crazy over there at the moment. But yeah, it was actually Twitter when I joined, which is absolutely crazy looking back now. But I was on Facebook, so I thought, let me give it a try. I started putting some posts up on Facebook and I started getting some customers. And all of my customers' feedback was, it's amazing, they're loving the products, they're really enjoying it. And I was like, oh, okay, I'm promoting these products, people are loving them. Never really understood the business opportunity, the amount of money that you could earn, how far it would take me. I just dipped my toe in alongside working. And then it came to February 2016, which was my first convention. So it was in Birmingham, and the only reason we went was because Ross was a regional manager at the time. So he was in charge of hundreds of stores around the company, and he was going to Birmingham. He was like, oh, I'm going to Birmingham this weekend with work. And sometimes we used to go with him because we used to stay in the hotel with him, and me and Ellie Rose would go off and do a bit of shopping. We'd stay in the hotel together. And I was like, do you know what? I'm going to come Birmingham with you weekend, because this little Juice Plus thing that I'm doing, I've got a convention there. And what is that you've been doing? And I was like, well, I don't really know. We sell such and such products. It seems really good. I've earned a little bit of money. Let's go along and see what it's about. And I was a sales coordinator at the time. I'd been in a business a couple of months, and I never really understood anything. And I stepped into that arena and I was blown away by the atmosphere. I think atmosphere and energy is everything. And it's been spoken about on the call. We have some incredible energy in the Juice Plus company. We have some incredible people. Our energy is absolutely contagious. And I was just like, I want to be a part of this. Like, this is electrifying. This is amazing. And I just felt like, yeah, this is the thing I've been looking for. I've always wanted more from life. You know, I come from a council estate in East London. I'd never say, oh, I didn't have much growing up, because my mum wouldn't like me to say that. My mum was a single mum, and she'd done her best. If I say it sometimes, like, oh yeah, I had really humble beginnings. She's like, no, you didn't. You had everything you wanted growing up. And I'm like, no, I did. My mum made sure that I had absolutely everything, but it was just me and her. And I wanted to make my mum proud all my life. That's all I wanted to do. And I thought that going down like the education route was what was going to make her proud. We never had anyone in our family that got a GCSE. My mum was like, what's that? We didn't do them when I was at school. I'm sure you did do them. Might have been called something else or whatever. She's like, no, we didn't. So I thought that that's what would make her proud and what I wanted to do. Did my A-levels, you know, went to university, I've become a teacher, did my teacher training, and there was always something missing. There was always something like, I want more in life. I wanted my own business. I wanted something to do. And then when I met Ross, so my husband who does the business with me now, I was about to go to Disney, and it was to live in Disney for a year. And he was like, no, don't go. And I was like, I'm going. And it was at Disney where I really thought to myself, do you know what? I want more from life. I don't want to just go home and get a normal job and everything like that. And when I got home, we had Ellie Rose, we got married, we had my daughter, we got married. And we just went back into like normal everyday life. Like we managed to get our first house, which was amazing, but it was like every day's the same, isn't it? Sometimes when you're kind of doing a 9 to 5 and you're doing a job, and Ross was working so hard and I was working so hard, and we wasn't really even seeing each other. And we've always been an amazing couple. We've always supportive of each other, but we just sat down and we was like, there must be something more in life, because he was a regional manager and he was in charge of all of these stores. He was always out, he was always working, and I didn't see him. And it was like, there must be something more to life. And then when I got this message about Juice Plus, I didn't know that, you know, this was the thing I was looking for, and this was the thing that was going to change our life. But when I stepped into that convention centre, that's when the light bulb went off, and I was like, this is it. This is what I've been looking for. And the most amazing thing was taking Ross there with me, because he saw it as well. He was like, he looked at me and he was like, this is it, isn't it? Like, you're going to change your life with this. Like, this is a bit of you. And I was like, this is absolutely incredible. Now, he didn't join me there and then. He just watched me do it. But he was blown away as well. And it was Mary and Seamus that were speaking on stage. And Mary was a teacher and they was a couple and they got their kids on stage with them. And I was bawling my eyes out watching Mary and Seamus because their story just really resonated with me, because to me, and I spoke to them at that event as well, so what Chloe said earlier about getting around and speaking to different people, I 100% recommend that, because Mary and Seamus were not in my team, but because they were a couple and because they were doing a business together, and me and Ross wasn't at the time, I know that, but it was my vision. It was my vision that this couple were very inspiring to me and I'd love to be like them. And you'll always find someone in the business that resonates with you. You can find everyone inspiring. I find every single person's journey in Juice Plus inspiring, but there'll be someone's journey that you think, yeah, if they can do it, I can do it. I really resonate with that. And I love them. They're like my best friends now. Mary and Seamus are just amazing. We all love them, don't we? But I just love them from seeing them once. I just loved them and I was like, yeah, there's something about this. I know I can do it if this couple can do it. And I sat in that arena in Birmingham and I just watched, and I started to understand the different position names. I never knew what an NMD was before. I've never even saw John before I went to that convention. I was kind of in my own little bubble. Like I used to just post on Facebook. I got to SC, but never knew anything. I never got on any calls. And I got to that convention. I saw people like John, and I saw this position keep coming up, NMD, and my upline had just gone NMD. So she was having champagne in the VIP area and she was up on stage, and I was like, that's what I want then. I need to get to NMD. So I got home and that was my vision. That was it. There was a big board there that you could write, like they always have something like this at JP conventions. We've had little trees before that you can hang like your goals on. We had like a board and it just said vision. I think it said like vision 2020, or it was a vision of what we wanted to write on there, what we wanted to do. And I wrote on there, I will be PMD, I will be NMD by the next convention. Now at the time we used to have 2 conventions a year, so the next convention coming up was in the October, and I was like, right, I'm going to come back to that convention as an NMD. And at the time I did not understand what that meant. I did not understand the volume. I didn't understand how many people I'd need. I didn't understand anything. It didn't matter, because if you're determined and if you want to achieve it, you just need to achieve it. You just need to have a can-do attitude and you just need to go, yeah, I'm going to do it. I was SC at that convention. I got home. It was the very first time I downloaded reports and looked at reports. And I realised I was very close to SSC. So I actually went SSC before the month was out. And that was like the 27th of February. And by the time February had ended, I was an SSC. So I was like, yeah, done that then. And then the next month, I went QNMD. So I doubled my business and I went QNMD. So that was in the March. And I was like, right, okay, I'm definitely going to do NMD by the October then. And I did it ahead of that. And it was because it was like, that was it. Nothing was going to stop me. I locked myself, didn't have an office at the time in my old house. I had a little laptop. I made myself a little Juice Plus corner. That's a tip for you guys. Have a space where you're going to work, because yes, we do this business from our mobile. Yes, we're out and about sometimes in coffee shops, but you've got to treat it like it is a business, because it is. You've got to treat it seriously if you want to be successful in it. So we had no space in our first home. We had a little corner in my living room. I put a little desk there, had my laptop, had my vision board above it, and I just worked there like all the time. And I quit my job when I went QNMD because I was like, I'm all in. And I just worked in that corner day and night, smashing this. But it was going to happen. It was like, I don't care. I didn't care how hard I was going to work. That was what I wanted, and it was going to happen. It was like a need. I needed to be NMD more than I needed to breathe. I needed it more than anything. I just needed it. And if you've got that attitude where you're like, this means so much to me, and you've got that kind of energy, like everyone wanted to be a part of what I was doing, because I was getting online and I was going, this opportunity is changing my life. This opportunity, I'm doing this and I'm doing that, and excitement's everything. If you get on there and you're copying and pasting messages and you're putting stuff up that your upline tells you to put up, you haven't got that energy. You haven't got that real excitement. And I knew I was going to change my life with this opportunity, and that contagious energy of me knowing that attracted more and more people to me. And people saw the difference when I started taking the products as well. As soon as I started taking the products, I didn't start taking them straight away, but as soon as I started taking the products, people were like, wow. And I noticed a difference, and I realized how incredible our products was. And people was like, wow, whatever it is you're doing, you're glowing, you look amazing. I need to be a part of what you're doing. Whatever you're doing in the business, you're leveling up. Got gold. I've never seen you talk about this kind of stuff before. I've never seen you make vision boards before. I've never seen you so determined before. What is it that you're doing? And people wanted in on what I was doing because I was so excited about it. So fast forward to now, obviously it took me 3 years to get to PMD. Ross waited until I was NMD to join me. That's what a lot of people do. They just watch someone else and think, well, if they're successful, I'll join. That was one of his biggest regrets. He was like, why didn't I just join when I was at that first convention? Even though he was my husband and he knew that I was going to do it. He believed in himself. We have to believe in ourselves, right? We have to back ourselves. We have to know if someone else can do it, you can do it. So Ross joined me then as well. So now, fast forward 9 years, this is what life looks like. We are mortgage free. We bought our first house when we first got together, when we first got married. We paid off that mortgage, and that was like a 2-bedroom semi-detached home. Absolutely amazing. We managed to pay off that mortgage because of this incredible business opportunity. We then sold that house and put it towards what was my dream house. I'm dreaming bigger now, you know, but this was my dream house. The house that I live in now, it's a detached 4-bedroom house. It's only me, Ross and Ellie Rose. I wanted my own office. I wanted my own hot tub in the garden. I wanted my own walk-in wardrobe. Bought this house with a mortgage because we had a deposit from our first house that we put towards it, but we had to get out a mortgage again. Now completely paid that off. So I'm not 40 yet, guys. I'm 38 years old, and to be mortgage free, living in a house that's worth over £500,000, like, to me, like, would I have been able to have done that if it weren't for Juice Plus? I was certainly determined. I certainly wanted to do that, but Juice Plus has been the vehicle that's enabled me to do that. This business changes people's lives. It's just absolutely incredible. And it's all of that amazing stuff, like bought my amazing dream car outright. I drive my Tesla now, which we just bought. Not just bought, we bought it 2 years ago, but I mean, we paid for it outright. That stuff's incredible, but the most incredible thing for me is the time that it's given me with my family. When I first started this business, my child, my beautiful little girl who you've all probably watched grow up, was 4 or 5 years old. That's crazy to me, right? And I actually got quite emotional on these holidays, right? Because Halloween is a time she's always dressed up in a little Halloween outfits, and I've got all of my pictures over the years. I've been able to be with her. And so has Ross. Ross is retired now from a 9-to-5. Ross does this business with me. So, and when he worked as a regional manager, trust me, he didn't see us. He was out 4 or 5 nights a week, staying in hotels, driving around all over the country. We didn't have that family life where he could see her grow up. So when he quit, it was like, I don't really care about the money anymore. This is the time that you don't get that time back. We all know children grow up very, very quickly, and we don't get that time back. And my story has always been that this opportunity has allowed me to be with my family. So I've recruited a lot of mums that want to be at home with the children. And half term has really upset me because my daughter's now 14, and it's the first time she's been like, I booked for us to go to the zoo and do like a Halloween trick or treat finding pumpkin thing. I booked for us to go to the Upside Down house. I booked for us to go all of these different places. And she was like, Mum, I don't want to do any of that. And I was like, what? And she was like, no, I'm going to my friend's Halloween party. She's at Fort Park today. Like, I'm getting emotional, right? I'm going to Fort Park today for my friend's birthday. They're having a lovely time. They've been dropped to Fort Park by the mum, and they're in Fort Park. Like, I'm literally like this, like keep texting them, are you all right? And like trackers on the phone, all of that kind of stuff. But it's crazy how quickly they grow up, right? And if this opportunity has given me anything, that time with my beautiful little girl, you can't take that away. We have had the past 9-10 years with our daughter being at everything. I've not missed anything. And there are parents, right, that miss the sports days, that miss the assemblies. I was that mum. I remember when Ellie Rose was in preschool and they would do the little assemblies, and I'd stand there and they'd do their one line or they'd sing one line, and I'd be like, she's so amazing. They haven't really done anything that amazing, but to you they have. And honestly, guys, that time that I've had with her, like, Juice Plus is just my world. I'll forever be grateful for it. I really, really will. This year, I've been on 14 flights. I'll tell you where I've been this year. We went to Glasgow at the start of the year, and we went to the Maldives, which was something me and Ross have always wanted to do, but we were like, we're going to wait till Ellie Rose is a little bit older. She loved it. I don't think I'd go back. I'm like quite an active person. I actually got a little bit bored, but we've seen it. We've ticked it off the vision board. It was on the vision board and we've done it. We stayed in one of them little water bungalow things that go over the water. It was beautiful. I went to Thailand, obviously, with some of the girls and John, which was just... I managed to go to John's villa in Thailand. Like when we look at John and what he's achieved, that villa in Thailand that he's got is just absolutely insane. I've been there twice, absolutely amazing. And we went back to Disney this year. Again, obviously talking about Ellie Rose growing up, Disney meant so much to me this year because even though she was 14, and Disney's been a massive part of my journey because obviously I told you I lived there when I was younger, before I had my daughter, and it was always my dream to take her back. And the first time we went, just after my very first convention when I went QNMD and I got that £3,600 bonus, I took us all to Disney, and she was like 5, 6 at the time, and she was in Bibbidi Bobbidi Boutique with all of the big dresses, and it was such a beautiful thing. And we took her back this year as a 14-year-old, and it was magical because Disney's magical. I love Disney. Disney's magical whatever age they are. We really had, as I say, I found it quite hard, her growing up, because I miss her being small. I miss her doing everything together. I feel like I'm a little bit redundant, like she don't need me anymore. But at Disney, we were all together and we literally had the best time ever. And that holiday cost us like £15,000-16,000. It's a hell of a lot of money on a holiday. We stayed a week in Disney, we stayed a week in Universal. Would we be able to do that if it weren't for Juice Plus? Probably not. And I'm saying, like, it's not all about the money, but it's the things that the money can give you, and it's just the experiences for me. That time with my daughter is absolutely priceless. So going on to some of my tips anyway, guys, staying grateful. I have seen some people in this business that I've been friends with lose their gratitude a little bit, right? Because business does go up and down. And listen, my biggest paycheck that I've earned from Juice Plus, I don't mind telling you, included my £28,800 bonus. It was just under £50,000 in 1 month. That's a hell of a lot of money, right? And I've had an amazing pay from when I joined. Every month I've had an amazing pay. But I have lost people and it has gone up and down. And when you're on a down, it's easy to think, oh, I'm worth more than this. Let me go and look at this, or let me go there, or let me do this, that, and the other. But I have never, ever lost my gratitude for this business, ever, ever. And I think that's really important. Stay in your own lane and don't look left and right, because if you're in Juice Plus and you're in Juice Plus for the right reasons, because you love the community, you love the products and everything like that, there's no reason to look left and right, because it's the best. And in everything, you're going to have ups and downs. Life isn't perfect. And you've got to think, do I want to be one of them people that go here, there, here, there, here, there? Or do I want to stay loyal, and do I want to stay consistent, and do I want to ride out the waves, and do I want to keep my dignity, and do I want to stay in there's nothing better than the Juice Plus family, is there? Come on, like, the community is just absolutely unreal. Everything about it is just absolutely unreal. So I've kept my gratitude every single month when I've got my paycheck. I'm grateful for it, whether it's a massive one, whether it's a small one. It's never really a small one, you know. But what I'm saying is, like, never ever lose your gratitude, ever. Like, you be grateful for what we have. It's special. You are part of something so special. Carry on being grateful for it. And everything that, you know, everyone said on the call, I've done the 5 a.m. club every day. I did my affirmations, I did my journaling, for years of getting to PMD. Don't wake up at 5 o'clock every day now, kind of, you know, in a stage of my life where I'm enjoying what I've built and I'm doing different things. But all of that lead up to PMD, I was like doing my affirmations, doing my journaling, like, and I was just running with it, guys, and just never ever lost my gratitude. Having a growth mindset, you definitely need that to be successful in the Juice Plus company. You definitely need to keep growing your mindset, and self-development is a massive part of that. One audio that Alex Webb, if you know him, if you've been around for a long time, you might know him, How to Build My Network Marketing Business by Jim Rohn. This is an audio that I listened to over and over and over and over again. I had it in my car. I didn't listen to the radio anymore. I didn't listen to news anymore. I had this in my car and I listened to it over and over and over and over again. And it is a Bible of network marketing, because it tells you exactly what you're going through. And because I was quite new when I started listening to that, it tells you what to prepare yourself for. I love it when they talk about the birds are going to get some, and they are, like, it literally tells you what to set yourself up for, because we all know who's recruited someone and a week later they've gone, no, this is not for me. It happens, right? Don't let that get you down. Listen to that, How to Build Your Network Marketing Business by Jim Rohn, and it is honestly amazing. I'm going to share a few other books with you, because self-development has been massive for me. I do listen to audios, I do listen to podcasts, but I do love a book with pages. It's probably like the English student in me. I do love a book. Who Moved My Cheese is a lovely little book that you can read. I read this in like an hour. It's a beautiful little book. I love it. So that one's a good one. Who knows Rich Dad, Poor Dad? I loved this. I read this for the first time. I mean, you can see by this book how many times I've read it. I read this for the first time on one of my first holidays I went in when I was with Juice Plus, and I was like, do you know what? That makes so much sense. I love it. It's such a good like little business book. The 5 a.m. Club by Robin Sharma. I've got all of Robin Sharma's books. I've got a massive bookcase with so much self-development on, but I've just chose a few of my favourite ones to share with you this morning. 5 a.m. Club was something for me because that is what got me to NMD, PMD, the 5 a.m. Club. Do you know what? One of my uplines first said to me, I'm going to start waking up at 5 o'clock every day, and these are the things I'm going to do at 5 o'clock in the morning. And I was thinking, what is she on? Is this normal? I can't wake up at 5 o'clock in the morning. And I remember the first few times doing it thinking, this is not productive. I'm hanging, I'm tired. This is not good. But it becomes part of your routine. And I'm a completely different person to when I started. You have to change. I remember I'd wake up, I'd drink coffee. I don't drink coffee anymore. I don't drink teas anymore. I drink herbal teas. I just left my one here. And I drink lemon water, and everything about me has changed. So in the morning I have lemon water and honey, and everything about who I am and what I eat and what I surround myself with and what I listen to and what I read, everything's changed. And you do, as you grow and as your income grows, you change, you grow, you really do. So I love that one, guys. The Miracle Morning, again, look how many times I've read The Miracle Morning. It's really good. It's six habits that will transform your life. So it's basically just 6 habits. I can't believe I haven't got it here. I didn't bring it out. The magic. The magic is my ultimate. Who has done the magic? I remember first doing it, and it honestly is magic. So the magic is, I think it's 28 days. And on day 1, you write down everything you're grateful for. On day 2, you go and find a gratitude rock and you hold that every night before you go to bed and you say what you're grateful for that day. Day 3, basically, it's 28 days of doing stuff that you bring like abundance into your life and you bring magic into your life. I remember the first time I did that in this business, Ellie Rose was about 6. And I remember going and finding the rock with her, and it'll always stay with me. It's a beautiful book. If you haven't ever done the magic, let me know in the chat who's done the magic. Emma's reading it now. Go for No is a good one because we all know we have to become successful, which is what I'm talking about today. We have to be able to handle objections. Okay, so Go for No again. It's a very, very, very small little book. It's a very easy read, but it's a good one. I love Fraser. I love Fraser's book. So I've got I Dare You, I Double Dare You. And I couldn't not say Ross has. Me and Ross, let me just tell you, like over these 9 years, we have really, really just changed as people and just developed so much. And Ross is so good in everything that he's doing with his training and everything like that. He has his book, The Social, basically all about network marketing, all like different tips of how you're going to do it. He then has his leadership one, how to be a great leader, and he then has his mindset one as well. So Ross has got his own range of books now as well, which again are absolutely amazing. So couldn't talk about self-development books and not talk about Ross. But yeah, absolutely. I love reading, guys. It makes such a difference. Sometimes it's the missing key to the drugstore, right? Some people can be like, oh, I've been here for so long, I'm not getting to where I want to be, and what's the missing thing? What's happening? And sometimes you might be amazing on promoting the products, you might be amazing on recruiting, you might be amazing on everything, but a bit of self-development in your mind, there's a lot of things you're going to have to contend with if you become a leader in the Juice Plus company or in any company, or if you become successful in anything you do, right? You have to be resilient, you have to have a growth mindset, and you really have to work on that positivity. I read some of my statuses from 10 years ago. Does anyone else do that? And I think, who was I? Like, I can't relate to that person at all. Like, I'm moaning. Like, who the hell was that person? It's crazy to look at the journey that you go on, and you will. I would do Juice Plus just for that. Wouldn't anyone else? Just for the self-development and the growth and the being around the positivity, because that's massive in this day and age where, you know, mental health and it's such a big thing, and we have to look after our mind. You know, we have to keep growing our mind. We have to stay in a positive place. We'd go crazy if we were like listening to the news every day and we was absorbing all of this stuff that people absorb. Like, we'd all be going crazy. So I would do Juice Plus if it was just for that. I really would. Okay, so for me, getting to NMD, my tips for that, or getting to PMD, I done lives every day. Again, things have changed, but I love lives because lives show energy, lives show how enthusiastic you are. So I absolutely love lives. And for me, being on a journey is something that you really need to authentically be on. Some people come into Juice Plus because it's a network marketing business and because they want to make money, and that's why I joined. There's nothing wrong with that, but you have to eventually learn about the products. I'm like a sponge. When I listen to Sue talk or Chloe talk or anyone talk about the products, and what they can do for you and how incredible they are. I'm like a sponge. I want to continue to learn. I want to grow. And a big tip is go on the hub and do the product courses if you haven't done them, because there's quizzes on there, right? It gives you a little course, say for example about the capsules, and then there's a little quiz on there, and I had to do that quiz like 3 times because I was getting some questions wrong, and I've been here for 9 years, so they really do learn you, they really do teach you like about the products and about how amazing they are. And there was even some stuff on there that I read that I was like, yeah, like this is amazing, they really are. And you get like a little certificate for completing. The hub is amazing, guys. It's full of so many resources, and I think because we're so used to doing our own training for our team, creating our own training material, we're not really utilizing that tool, and it is actually really, really amazing. So I definitely suggest you all go on there, and you can print out the little certificates and you can post them on your wall, and you know, it is all just really lovely to do that. So definitely go on the hub and you'll definitely learn a thing or two. So yeah, being on a journey, being authentic with that, sharing. You will naturally sell products if you're on all of these products, because you'll be radiant. Look at all, like there's not that many people with their cameras on now, right? But look at everyone's skin whose camera is on. Look how glowing everyone is, right? I mean, we've got ladies on here, you know, that I'm not going to say it, I'm not going to disrespect anyone. Nicola's smiling. I always tell Nicola how amazing she looks. Every time I see her, she knows. I'm like, Nicola, you're always glowing. You look so amazing. And who wouldn't want to look like that, right? And that is the Juice Plus glow, right? Everyone's getting cold. Everyone's getting run down around us. We have a gift, right? I've heard it been called a gift from God before. Who's heard that, right? It is a gift. The Juice Plus product, it's not just the product, it's everything about Juice Plus, which is why we're so lucky. It's the Juice Plus glow, it really is. It's the product, it's the business, it's the positivity, it's the community, it's everything rolled into one. It's just epic, and we are literally so lucky to be here. So yeah, that's me. Thank you very much for having me, and that's what it takes to be successful in Juice Plus. Just keep going, guys. Tunnel vision all the way to PMD Plus. Let's all go.
Woo! Amazing. Thank you so much, Dani. Always brings the energy, always brings the fire, always brings the passion. What an incredible way to round off an amazing call. Can you believe the next time we're going to see each other, it's going to be the last call before 2025? Like, I don't know where my year's gone, but hey, it's gone. So incredible. Like, how exciting is it? We're going to be heading into a new year with a new IT system. And yeah, we're going to be all systems go. So thank you so much to all of our speakers today, to Sue, to Sara, to Chelsea, to Chloe, to Nicky, to Dani, to all of the guest speakers that came on, to Paula for hosting the first half of the call, to James, the amazing James, who is why we're all here. I'm like you, Nicky. I can't say no to James. He's the only man in my life that I can't say no to. I wish you all the very best for November, and we will see you this time in a month. Go smash it. Take care, guys.
Bye. Bye.